Hey, 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 it's Dr. Meredith Watson, the Unapologetic Therapist, creator of the Phoenix Therapy Method, founder of MACSJC Foundation. Super excited to be here with you talking about craving outside love and validation and acceptance and how that can infiltrate and turn into and manifest into different things. If you're anything like me, you found yourself craving that love and acceptance and belonging, craving that validation, yearning to belong in a certain group or in a certain pack, trying to fit into a certain mold. And it can be a very depressing, very disheartening, waking up every day trying to shrink so that you can fit into a mold, trying to be more like this thing, this person that people will accept and embrace, completely forgetting and nullifying and neglecting who you truly are at the core. Being an unapologetic therapist, in addition to being a therapist, means that I teach people to be unapologetic. Not really telling people to fuck off or anything like that, but to tell people that you get to live the life you want to live without apology, without excusing yourself and saying, I'm sorry, and shrinking and reducing yourself into being something that they will accept, when in reality, people are judging you from their own line of reference. It has very little to do, if anything, to do with you and who you are as a person at your very core. And this became apparent to me a few years ago. I felt like I was trapped and suffocating. I've been put in a box for almost 4 decades, that a box created by someone else. No one asked my opinion. No one asked how I felt. And I felt like I had been on this hamster wheel in addition to being in a box. I felt like I was suffocating and I was just spinning my wheels trying to get people to accept me and love me and validate my space and applaud my coming out story. When in reality, losing sleep over that and killing myself slowly in the process wasn't worth it. Those people that I was trying to get their validation and acceptance and belonging, not only were they never going to fully give it to me, I didn't need it. I needed to find that love, acceptance, and validation within myself. Trying to stand, trying to live up to other people's expectations, meet their bar, using their measurements as the sum total of who you are, won't get you anywhere but depressed and sick. When you take hold of your life and take back your power from other people, you realize you're better mentally, physically, emotionally, and you get to kind of start over, which for me was huge. Like I said, I had the 2 heart attacks in 16 months, a lot of chronic fatigue, a lot of illnesses that, looking back at that, I now realize it was all the result of unresolved emotions and trauma. Most pain, if not all pain, is a result of unresolved emotions and trauma. As a psychoneuroimmunologist, that's what I help people understand, the root cause of their pain. And then I started thinking about what I was teaching my daughter. She brings a whole new perspective to my life. I wanted her to never, ever, ever look outside of herself for love, acceptance, validation, and belonging. I wanted her to find those things within. So far, so good. And my own experiences pushed me into becoming a psychoneuroimmunologist so that I can understand why at the age of way under 35, I'd already had 3 heart attacks in my life. I'd one in college and then 2 in the 16 months in my 30s, early 30s. No medical predisposition for it. No, I was healthy, I was active, there was no reason for it. And it just kind of lit the way for me to really excavate and rise above the ashes that tried to consume me and to reach back and help others to do the same. I created this time-tested, proven therapy method, and I talk about it and I teach it, and it's available in the app that I created. It helps you to find what you're looking for inside yourself. Everything you need is nestled inside of you. You just need to excavate to find it, kind of dig out yourself and become. And there's this painting I have as a screensaver on my computer, and it's this person that's encased in this wall, and it's 4 different pictures. And at the very end, they're out of the wall. Like, it took them a while to kind of unravel, but they finally got out. And that's how I felt coming out of the tomb that I'd been suffocated in. It took me a while to unravel all the mummies and the tombs and the gauze. But once I found freedom, there's no putting me back. And I really realized that in my darkest hour, it was dark because I was suffocating. It was dark because I was in this box created by other people. I was trying to fit into a mold that didn't fit me anymore. It never did. I tried to shrink to fit into that mold, and it was becoming unbearable. So what I did in the app and what I did in the creation of the app is really put Everything I use, meditations, ebooks, mind maps, JPEGs, e-courses, everything you could possibly think of is in the app. You can just basically control find within the app and really find the healing that you have been searching for. And maybe it's something else you're looking for. Maybe it's love. Maybe it's acceptance and validation. Maybe you want to build a passion-based business. Maybe you want to learn how to tell everybody that you no longer need their stamp of approval on your life and stop needing that outside validation. I'm looking at my notes just to make sure I don't forget anything. But I want you to, at the core, find that everything you need is nestled within you. It just takes excavating and healing those wounds, healing that trauma, building that life that you truly want to build so that you can create a passion-based business if that's something you've always wanted to do but never had the courage or felt you didn't have the know-how to know how to do it. And all this time I'm now worried about if I'm live or not. But I know how it feels to want the validation and the acceptance and the belonging and to be scared to death to step out on your own. Walking out of my marriage, working away from genetic cohorts, walking away from friends, all so I could finally breathe. All so that I could finally find myself in the hullabaloo, in the the wildfire that was trying to consume my life. It's not an easy task, but it is doable and it is so worth it. And the therapy method that I created, the Phoenix therapy method, is really allowing you to use your story to rise above, to birth into the world what you were made and what you were created to bring into the world. And to once again find all that you're looking for outside to know that it's inside. All of it is nestled inside of you. And via my app, like I said, I teach you exactly how to live a life on your own terms, unapologetically, without depending on others for that love, acceptance, validation, and support that you need to find within. Because at some point, whether it's now or later, there'll be a time where you have to decide a conscious decision whether or not you're going to continue to follow other people's directives or find and blaze your own trail. I can rest assured and tell you it is not easy, but it is worth it, and it is so freeing. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I don't believe a victim story is necessary. I don't believe you have to go through a lot of shit just so you can finally be who you want to be and say that now you deserve the wealth and the excitement and the joy and the orgasmic pleasure in your life and the sensuous food and the great things that you want. For me, it's food. Food is life. I love food. Whatever it is that's your favorite thing that you finally get permission to enjoy. How about cut the red tape and just go straight to the joy? Cut the red tape and go straight to the happiness and fulfillment and alignment. You don't have to sit and stir in the muck and mire just so you can feel worthy of being happy. You don't have to have this victim story. A victim story is not required. I get that from Amanda Francis. You don't have to go through so much shit just to say you deserve it. Now you deserve it anyway. You were born worthy of the very most things that you desire. Your most inherent desires are yours. It's your birthright from the jump, from the get-go, out of the gate. And that's what the app teaches you, how to really cultivate that within yourself. It's kind of like a how-to manual that you can utilize and customize and pick and choose what fits for you and leave the rest. And most of the time, people think that the back pain, the headaches, the cold, sleepless nights, the depression, the anxiety are from other sources. But typically, it's from you're looking outside yourself for love, acceptance, validation, and belonging. And it's time to stop. It's time to find those things within yourself. Stop using and replaying that critiquing voice in your head and only play the sounds of affirmation and accommodation and applause for yourself. Give yourself a round of applause. Because if you take nothing else, know that everything that tried to consume you up to this point, you've survived 100% of them. Everything that tried to consume you thus far, you rose above it. You made it. You get to say, I made it just from getting up this morning, just for getting this far. Imagine how much farther you can go when you start taking hold and taking your power back. Yank it back from those, and it may be more than one person, that you've given your power to. You just handed it over on a silver platter. Take it back. It wasn't theirs to have anyway. It's your power, your strength, your life. Go live it for you. And I trademarked my method, and it's years of research from my personal life, professional life, and I help you discover the root cause of basically why you're not where you want to be. Probably because you are told somewhere along the line that you weren't worthy and you shouldn't, and it's not going to make you money or whatever crap people told you. But now I want you to use your story, whatever shit they told you, transpose that, transmute that, and use it as wings to fuel your dreams. Rise above the ashes that tried to consume you. And take your power back and quit trying to please other people, because in the end, you're never going to please them. You could give them the sun and the moon and the stars, and they'll complain. So the MAC Foundation Wealth and Zen Business and Mindset Portal app it teaches you to be wealthy and zen. You can build a profitable business, reset your mindset, your mental health. Like I said, it has ebooks, strategies, mind maps, affirmations, techniques, journal prompts, so that you can dive deeper. Journaling helps me to really excavate a lot of things that were bothering me, and it's a non-judgmental zone. You can just regurgitate all your thoughts without judgment. And if you want to check it out, just go check it out. Get the information in the comments. I am going to, like I said, upload this to YouTube, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when I put out new videos. I've also linked the Come Back to Soul meditation, just my gift to you for sitting with me and listening to me ramble on about what matters to me most. I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, and I will see you on the other side.